Oh, oh, good. I think we're live. Right on. Cool. So, hello, internet. This is Ironcaster. I'm here to talk about some Kung Fu Bugman. I think that's gonna be the plan. The man with the plan. Oh, let's see. How are we doing today? Pretty good, actually. A lot of rain, but that's how it is. But of course, I'm not gonna, talking here alone to myself is always a little awkward. I gotta work on that. I don't know, maybe I'll talk to myself and, maybe I'll have Fenrir here talk, listen in. What do you think, Fenrir? Should I talk to myself?
Probably, but I am now here to report that Big Dom is the greatest Gundam ever made. And I'm not saying this because there's a gun pointed to my head.
Now that would be telling.
I am saying this out of my free will.
And that's the way we like it. Real quick, let's check it in on the chat real quick, shall we? Vince Womack is here. Hail and greetings, he says.
Hail, brother.
He was here before. He was can't talk. Let's go for take two. He was here before the stream started, and he was greeting me in the chat there. I was kind of getting ready. Look. Yes, I had to take time to get ready because look, we're talking Kamen Rider. It's got to be all about the belts. Question is, what's the belt going to be? Am I going to have a little fancy like one with like a cassette player like 01, or maybe I'll have something fancy with like Wizards where it has like the hands that. I'll show you that sometime. That it's a pretty cool, goofy belt. Oh, he's the best. Vince, you are the best. I got to be Dodo. Captain Phantom Nerd says hello. Well, hello to you too.
Hey there.
And we do have the hello to you. So how are you doing, Fenrir? Everything been well?
Yeah, typical stuff, you know how it is. Trying to live in the world. Trying not to be destroyed, trying to enjoy stuff. Mostly old stuff.
Look, I for the last year I've been saying that it's like I'm having way more fun going back through the older stuff that either I overlooked or I've not even started watching yet.
I've been trying to get more and more into D&D. I've been watching a lot of Critical Role.
That's a really popular place to start. I've got opinions on Critical. I don't know. I haven't really
already finished the majority of the campaign, and I'm thinking about moving to Mighty 9.
Oh, was that the which one was that? Was that the animated series or was that the actual live streams they do?
No, I think Mighty 9 are the second group they did after Vox Machina. I heard they're gonna get their own series too, and since Vox Machina was good, I have good hopes for it.
Okay, I just had to do a little quick Google foo. Yeah, that was the second campaign. Yeah, that was big. You have no idea how like impactful that was on D&D because I gotta give it credit to Matt Mercer and them folks because like what was it? 5th edition of Dungeons and Dragons has gone on to become like the single best selling edition of all time, and it is like bar none. There is no comparison. Just how big it's gotten.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get into all of that gigantic empire because very bad stuff are coming, and I want to be part of it before the darkness arrives and turns it into shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, and the thing is, kind of with the realm of tabletop RPGs, you kind of have the luxury of like just so many types, so many genres. I mean, heck, I have a whole bookshelf full of stuff here. Let me grab something at random. Oh yeah. I just got these in the mail the other day. Just unfortunately green screen. So giving away trade secrets. This was like a little magazine I picked up. I forgot to put my phone on mute. kind of based on this is based on Zelda. It was kind of neat.
Cool.
Where all of the monsters are kind of based on Zelda monsters. So if you played the original NES stuff, you might recognize them. And they also went and did one based on Castlevania.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Which again, it's there's so much stuff there. You could do there's whole like campaign worlds for all kinds of genres that I think you're gonna have a lot of fun getting into. And I'm gonna have to send you some links to check some of these things out.
Dude, I've been waiting for links since last week. You said you were gonna send me some, and I still didn't get any.
Look. It's a big list. There's a lot of links. I'm compiling. Okay, we'll get there.
All right. I'll be waiting. You know that. Okay, now let's stop wasting time and go to Kamen Rider, because if I'm going to be honest with you, I don't have a lot of free time left.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, no, we'll get into it. So, all right. So we did you watched episodes 9 and 10 for this week?
Yeah, I did.
Good. Because we have those 2 episodes to go over today. So the first episode was just kind of jumping into it here, was called Entrusted with That Life, which picks up where we left off last week. And I feel like I should let you guys know in the chat that we're kind of talking about a couple of episodes here. I'm not gonna go through the like frame by frame of it. We're just gonna kind of do a general overview and probably spoil a couple things. But if you want to check this show out, you can watch it on Tubi for free. And I want to lower the barrier to entry for your entertainment. So, like I'm telling you, come check it out. It's a lot better than any of the CW stuff, and you can't beat the price.
Yeah, you really can't.
So this is a 2-parter we're picking up with for episode 9, where
where we return to our group of viewers as they have to deal with the events of what happened last week from their battle with Miyaboshi Kaizen.net. The name! Metsuboshinrai.net, where one, I can say, Christ. Well, I can say Fu was pretty much close to death.
Mm-hmm.
And they still need to deal with the 2 psychotics, Humorize, who, again, I really did not see that coming, who are pretty much starting chaos all over town. Yeah, I gotta say,
go ahead.
I don't know. I always forget their names, so I just call them Scorpion and Bird.
Honestly, you could do that. That's probably a good way to go about it, because that's kind of their animal motifs they're going with. It's easy enough to remember. The Scorpion was supposed to be Horobi, and I believe June. No, not June. Jean is the bird.
Yeah.
So anyway,
well,
we'll go with the animal motifs just because it's a little easier to tackle, and it's
So in this episode, Aruto has to make the long decisions, the tough decision of choosing between keeping off this fate about the human rise or deactivating them out of the fear of causing more death or not. It's actually a pretty struck-forward episode, because you got to admit, the guy is the most human rise supporter guy. Now he himself has seen the situations in another light, that there's danger to humanity. And although he can defend himself, others can't. So he can't just think about just letting it go. I mean, if he makes the wrong decision, thousands will die. But if he also makes the right, thousands will die. This episode pretty much was, either way, people are gonna end up dying, if you think about it. But they found a solution. I gotta admit, one thing disappointed me though.
What's up?
I was hoping they'd figure out a smart, creative way to take down the giant robot there, but they just went freaking Megazord. Come on.
You say that? You say that like big robots fighting is the bad solution.
No, I love that. I love seeing two big giant robots beat the crap out of each other. But come on, man. Come on. There are better ways.
I mean, I'm not complaining because, like, how cool was it to get like freaking Aruto getting his own mech as he's fighting? As we had that Iron Man moment, and while he's still suited up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, but still, I would have enjoyed if at least he gave up a good fight alone on his tiny size, proving that there's still some advantages to the size. Because now this is pretty much gonna go for the one for all. Why not just use this every freaking time?
Look, look. We're better than the CW, but not by much. We don't exactly have a CW budget.
Yeah, go with that.
And yeah, Vince is right. Size does matter. Yeah. One of the things I really liked was getting into it with Fua, how his whole character arc, his whole story has been he hates the human gears because they went berserk and all his family and friends like died.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, he tried to fight Scorpion Boy and got the crap beat out of him. I'm pretty sure you saw the medical bed part in the first, and that pretty much self-explains itself. You got beaten. Badly. Very badly.
You know, I do kind of like the bit where Hondo, I think I said it. Oh, feel a little else come on. Where Hirobi he's looking at the hospital with them taking out the human gears and Aruto and Hiden having to consider shutting them down. It furthers their goal of just death to humans. So yeah, so it does make sense. It does make sense for them to sit here and keep harping on this hospital because we want to eliminate humans. Let's go after the sick and vulnerable.
Yeah, and probably for a form of sick pleasure to watching them all die slowly. Just that. They're robots, but clearly they've shown that they themselves have, well, free will and desires. So it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, it in a way it does a lot. The show does a lot of the things that like Westworld kind of toyed with. You know, if you think about it, of humans are or the robots that are starting to kind of fluctuate on that edge of humanity, the cusp of sentience, that they have to go and deal with the ideas of what does it mean to actually be human in a way.
Yeah. Reminds me of Tron Legacy, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I totally see what you're saying with it. What else do we have? So one of the things I do like seeing, like you were saying, the pressure of all this being put on Aruto, being the president of this company. He has to not only does he have the issue of the moral matters of is it right to do this or not, to shut down the robots and risk it. It's like I now have the extra weight of being the president of this company that I have to deal with. If I make the wrong call here, it's like now there's a whole company on the line. A lot more innocent people are going to be hurt because of this.
Yeah, plus the jobs of numerous who will probably lose them if the company goes to crap because of his bad choice.
Oh yeah, and of course the VP who's going to be there to get him out.
Just to
I love this guy.
You know what's funny? What's even more disturbing about this? Artu's just 22. Mm-hmm. He's barely an adult, and he has to deal with all this pressure, man.
I mean, like I've said, I see this as kind of like what should have been with Iron Fist, because you had a young Danny Rand now suddenly in charge, the president of a big mega corporation. So you have the potential for like the corporate politics dangling over his head that the show like failed to really do much with at all.
They failed to
Whereas,
do it. They pretty much failed at everything.
I mean, this doesn't quite get that either, but it's also not meant. It's also not trying to intentionally do that. He like June here, the VP is just kind of in the wings. Like, if you mess up, I'm going to be there to take advantage of this on you, and kind of be a bit of a humor in this
Slime ball.
in the moment. Yeah, he's a threat, but you don't really take him serious.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
like he's got the best expressions.
Yeah. I think seriously, this comedic exaggeration in live actions, the Japanese know how to do it right.
Hmm? Yeah, I have to give also the translators credit because they're able to bring a lot of the humor across. Because like when Aruto will go and do his puns, or he'll make the jokes, it works. Like the jokes they're putting in, they're good. Even Aruto's cheesy ones of what he says, like where he's like, oh, maybe something like, where he'll make a pun on someone's name, and the pun translated seems to work for the scene.
Yeah.
But we also there was two other little bits here I thought were really good with this. Is that this sets up for us the fact that Fua now has been effectively saved by a Humagear, so he has the conflictions of. Yeah, by the way, spoilers, he survives.
Yeah.
He has the Humagears who threatened his life as a child, and now the Humagear who's gone and saved his life.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's gonna be conflicting for him. Maybe some character growth.
And we even see that kind of drag out, getting brought into the next episode too, where he's still not fully recovered, but two, he's also kind of he's also recovering in a way mentally that he's dealing with this.
Yep.
Oh, yep. Yeah, that it did, Vince. That's right. Get in the robot. Oh, Shinji. Which it's funny is because, Aruto gets in the robot this time. Let's see. I don't really remember much. I don't think Dodo did much of it all this time. He was just kind of there. And because I want to bring it back up, we have we have Aruto's mammoth progrise key, which is like complete with like a big giant rock'em sock'em robot battle.
Yeah.
Oh, and just to show off one other little bit thing here, the finisher where he's like riding a giant progrise key down to stomp the other giant robot. Like, oh, okay, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So the other piece of it we got was
I gotta say one thing. You brought Socket you ever played that robots beat the crap out of each other heads game where once you kick out the other, the head moves off and jumps out? Yeah, that game.
Robots.
Yeah, this reminds me of it, really. The design actually reminds me kind of it. Really funny, man. I used to have fun with that game.
Oh yeah, no, it's fun until like I got to the point where I was hitting it so hard, like I was just by the sheer act of like trying to hit the buttons, I was causing the heads to pop up. It's like, okay, maybe I'm hitting this too hard. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Of course, I think I also had like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Rock'em Sock'em Robot set where it was like Leonardo versus Shredder.
Man, it must have been hard not always use. You always use Leonardo, huh?
Oh yeah, of course.
Exactly.
So one of the other little things we had going on this episode, Yua is off. We're getting to see more of whatever goals she had going on, which happened to
Honestly, in the
be
previous
about,
episode, she really didn't do much.
oh, but she did something very important. We've come to
Yeah,
realize
she gave the. You know what? Let's go.
well, we get the visual of Ys where she's going back to the Dodo transformation that was leaked to the press, and they're trying to figure out how do they find out, where did they get this footage from. Well, as Ys is going over the footage, she's picking up and noticing, oh, it was Yua there. She was over there off the corner. So we got the confrontation reveal that, here she is doing some sinister things going on that we don't quite know yet. What did you think, Fenrir, with her?
Well, she's trying to be more productive and assist better in the evolution of the story, so I think it's good so far. But I think it's clear for us all who actually released the footage to the public. We all know who did it.
Of course, we've got that mysterious figure that she's working for that we actually kind of get the fuller details about for who they actually were.
Yeah.
So, I would say the first episode is episode 9. Fantastic. This is at a really good spot in the show, and I'm digging it.
In a way, you'd say that episode that it starts right here. Then.
Yep. There was also after that episode. Let me get my notes here. Episode 10. I am the actor. Shinya Owada. Which is a bit of that kind of business as usual, to pull that back up. Is I think it's another good one, because here we are starting out with this it's a bit of the Hedon Enterprises trying to get back to that goodwill PR after they've had all the backlash of, wait, our robots are going bad. We got to do something about this.
Yeah, still. I thought this was very funny. This one was actually pretty funny.
Oh yeah,
because episode 9 was more serious and well focused, while they then jumped to 10, who was more cold-hearted. Light-hearted. I say, it's good. It helps forget all the pressure that's going on.
So we've got this older guy who's this some legendary actor who he's always playing like assassins, and is a very serious actor type who's being set up to work with a Human Gear actor. So as sort of this first one of that, which I think is kind of funny to look watching this now, considering all of the explosive growth in AI art, the AI boom that we have starting to now happen in 2023. We've got them talk about AI art for, in some cases, like comics and the Chat GPT. What was it? BuzzFeed is at the moment talking about using it for writing articles. I know they use it to an extent for headlines, but to now see this kind of touching on the idea of, well, the actor is going to be replaced at some point.
Yeah, probably by human, a human rise.
Like I said, it's like, but you're also kind of seeing at the same time as he's talking about it, like there is a kind of a sense of sadness I feel when I was watching it, that he's almost sad at the prospect, kind of like when, what was it, Ian McKellen was like apparently cried on the set of The Hobbit because of all the green screen rather than the practical effects and sets.
Yeah, and now, sadly, now our entire generation knows why he was crying, and now we all cry with him too. God. You have to admit, the more I watch this Kamen Rider, I kind of feel a little bit of hypocrisy. I mean, wasn't Aruto's in the first episode? You remember Aruto lost his job to a human gear.
Yep.
To human gear in a comedy show. He lost it, and we constantly keep seeing the human gears are constantly taking away the jobs from humans all over left and right. As this never gets actually brought up as a problem. I mean, this is a major problem because, again, of course, people are going to pick robots over people because there's a huge majority of success. So again,
Yeah, you're kind of right.
I can actually say, huh?
No, I totally agree. I'm sorry. Keep going.
I'm just saying, if things like human gears were real, I don't think it would go the same way of the show. A lot of people would actually reclaim. I don't think they'd actually ever bring this up out. There's literally a line of problem here, and this wouldn't actually end well. Because it's only a matter of time till everything is replaced, and they constantly show us this every episode, where a human gear takes a different job from a human over and over again. First comedy, then security guards, then sushi cooks, gym teachers, doctors, and now actors. Then if this happens, then what's the point of humanity then? Because there's no actual specific line here. What can a human gear do and not do?
It's
because
it's a
sure they're
question.
doing this to replace this old guy. That's understandable. What happens when another producer wants to replace a younger guy because he doesn't want to take his shit or pay him?
Mm-hmm. I mean, like he's saying here, the actor never forgets their lines. So you could like the question becomes: can I sit here and rely on a imperfect actor who's gonna forget lines, especially if there's someone nervous early in their career? Do I want to risk it on this first time actor, or do I want to go with the tried and true human gear who doesn't forget a line, who's not going to go off script? Do I want to deal with a prima donna actor? That is a big question that should be asked, I feel.
Yeah. That really is worrying as a concept because, I mean, now in real life, we literally have artificial intelligence artists, artificial intelligence voice making, artificial intelligence animation. It's happening and people hate it. It's freaking terrifying.
Which really makes this show an interesting one to go and look at and talk about, just given that idea, how that I wasn't really even intending that when I was first kind of floating the idea of talk about 01 here, but it is a big problem now. It is developing quickly.
Yeah. How long do you think until we have a bunch of human gears going around? Human gears want to be going around. We have to go to war.
Yeah, we'll just send the human gears. How about that?
Yeah.
They're already using drones in war. Use them instead.
This show really opens some pretty great philosophical questions and thoughts. I mean, really, this is just great.
I mean, it seems like they weren't necessarily intending to do that with the show, but
They just
it
ended
has
up
kind of
going that
now
road.
come up. Hmm.
They just ended up going the road.
Sorry, just taking a moment to
Take a breath.
get
I
back on
get it.
track. Yeah. No. You're good. This was great. This is great. This is something that really does need to be talked about with a show like this.
Yeah, yeah, it does. I mean, my bottom line here is that this is sad and shows this shows really shows the concept of progress because that's what the human gears are all about. The progress of humanity and just evolving it. Because this is supposed to exist to make human life easier, but at the same time, it's slowly taking away human life actually. Because there's no need to actually work, struggle, or do anything. Because in the end, we're basically just killing humanity.
Well, I
God
mean,
damn it. Miyamotokoshi.com doesn't need to do any. God damn it. The name.
Metsubo right?
Mitsubishi Ride.net doesn't actually need to do anything. Just need to let the freaking human gears take over everything. You just need to wait.
Actually, if you think about it, like one, whenever Aruto or anyone uses the keys, they're progress keys. Progress is kind of there in the name. And Metsubo
Yes.
Jinrai's goal is to eliminate humanity. So it's all right there.
Yeah. It's honestly very. It's just great how they bring this philosophical stuff. I mean, it just really is.
I mean, that is the overall show's like kind of themes and elements that are part of it, where with the advancement of technology, which is really making for this for a fun show to kind of play with.
Yeah.
But to get back on track a little bit here, one of my favorite characters in the show continues to be, by the way, Assassin Buddy. And this was an episode where he really got to shine. This is what I loved with this guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's hilarious.
they were what they were back at the evil hideout watching his movies, as they're like, oh, he's like an actual assassin. He's the real deal. But like, he's just an actor. And that, I think, is kind of a funny part of it, that they don't know that.
They don't get
realize that. No. Which makes his his obsession with the guy kind of really makes it entertaining, because he wanted to tracking down the actor, and it learns from him.
That is funny. If you stop to think about it.
Mm-hmm. So he basically wears a bandana and goes out, and it's like,
Clearly, no one would realize that I'm a human gear.
No one has no idea who I am. I'm totally not a robot.
Yeah. Best disguise ever.
But what was really fitting was like the samurai the actor played in the other movies. He was using a 2-sword fighting style that Assassin Buddy then uses. So he's actually like using the actor's moves when he winds up turning into Dodo to fight. So it's well fit. It's well suited, I feel.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Aruto and everyone, they're trying to do the movie, and it's like, oh, I get to be like on the set. I get to be an extra.
I really wonder, does he not get his money for being president? Because he's a comedian, but at some point, it's just what to think about. That's why I like Naruto. For him, everything is a moment to have fun. I mean, he's pretty much a billionaire at this point, but he just doesn't care. Just wants to jump in and have fun.
Oh yeah, no, I love it.
Love that kid.
I mean, heck, they even get and they also get June to get in on it. The vice president is like, we're gonna do a movie where one of our human gears is gonna be part of it, and I'm the executive producer. you know, such a prestigious title, executive producer. It's not like they pass those out like candy, from what I hear.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy how smug this guy is. I mean, just look at the picture. What a jackass!
I love this guy. I hate him.
Yeah, just gotta, you just gotta love to hate him.
I love it. He's every moment with him. It can go from like very like serious tone to he's being just kind of the smarmy guy you want to hate.
Yeah,
They even get him on it because they're like, yeah, you get to play a corpse in the movie. How about that?
pretty much just being dead. It's really funny.
I mean, ultimately not ultimately the only other really big things that happen. We do get a little bit of advancement with the story of Fua, or not actually, no, not really a Fua. He's just kind of like having to accept, like, well, I was saved by human gears and not. So he's kind of recovering. He does actually get given a new key. He gets a porcupine.
Oh, I can see how this is gonna go.
So like
Tons of
instead
splash
of
everywhere.
oh yeah, no, absolutely. So it's basically the needle. He turns his gun basically into the needler from Halo.
Yeah, I can see that. Holy shit! Now I realize Fu was basically Master Chief.
Oh, dude, I love this idea.
He's basically Chief.
Is he like Gatling guns all up the generic henchmen? Needles go
They're
flying.
henchmen. It's their job to get blown up.
Exactly, they're robots. It's fine if you blow them up.
Yep.
So one or two little things I really liked. East had a scene where while Aruto and everyone's on the set, kind of in the movie, she can't go up and tell him the Metsubo Jinrai is here. You need to go be a hero. So she shows up and she starts like pantomiming, like, hey. And Aruto just looks at her like, I can't. Or the one time he does try to get up to go, June, the VP, grabs his leg. Is like, no, you stay here. It's for the good of the company.
it's weirdly how can how can I describe this moment? It's weirdly satisfying to see him in the ground like that.
Oh, because you want to see him kind of get stepped on.
Yeah, pretty much. Remember those old cartoons where a character got pummeled in the ground and he basically became this huge mush, and then a bunch of people stepped on it in an ironic way. Yeah, something on those parameters. Just crazy funny. Crazy. Old school physical comedy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, it is all just like really simple slapstick humor. Well worth the laugh.
Everything good.
we also had we got to find out this episode that uh Fua, or not Fua, uh Yua, Fua and Yua. I know it's
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yua, the girl,
Yeah,
works for Z- works for Zaya, which is a major one of the other major technological companies. So this is a rival corporation.
run by a little rich prick.
Yep. He's not just sure. Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah,
like, no. We have stock prices to deal with. That's more important than, saving humans. Or
yep.
if fine, if it makes you feel better, fine. We gave Aruto a key or two because it helps him out because it's giving him rope to hang himself. That's effectively the CEO's plan, because he's like, yes, I wanted you to leak that footage out so that it'll make Hedon Enterprises look bad, so they can be toppled. It's like, did I tell you? It's like, but oh, here's my tab. Look at it's this smug guy looks is like even younger than Aruto. It's like, I'm not just 100% sure, I'm 1,000. And that's a bit of a
Yeah, he is
running.
just. God, he is just. You ever wanted to punch a character so much because they're just
Oh
so
yeah,
smug? Yeah,
yeah. He
this kid grabs my list.
Yep. By the way, I want to point out for you, Fenrir, and for Vince in the chat, if you guys are watching, anyone out there watching along with us, 1,000 tends to be a bit of a running theme with him. You'll see as this goes on. Not that I'm gonna really get into too much beyond the fact that, by the way, they have keys. They have a lot of keys.
They have
For animals,
1,000 keys.
they might, actually. I would not be surprised at all. So all in all, Kamen Rider Zero One's in a really good place, and I am looking forward to delving into more of this. Considering we got to find out what's going on with this actor still, because the way the episode ends, like, our actor is contemplating just straight up walking off the set and not even continuing the movie. So there's sort of now the looming thing of what's going to go on with this movie, and you have all these little pieces on the table set up. We gotta see how it resolves now. Is Assassin Buddy going to come back again? He got blown up last time, but he just came back. We've got the looming thing about, well, now there's this rival company that's going to be a thorn in the side of Aruto, as opposed to the Metsubo Jinrai, which is also on the table. That's the Kamen Rider problem.
Too many antagonists.
As we've heard for a number of years, the walls are closing in. And it's like every time the Assassin Buddy gets defeated, he comes back. He's stronger. He has new tactics. He's not a pushover anymore, or as much of one anyhow.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
dude, that's terrible. You might also want to try as a thought, Shout TV. Shout Factory puts a bunch of their stuff onto other services. So maybe Amazon, maybe Pluto TV. They sometimes will do a Kamen Rider Zero One marathon you could check out.
Yeah. All right, Len, let's go forward to the fights. We need to kind of speed this up a bit. My time's almost close to the end.
I mean, we're basically at the end anyway, because like it's just more of this time around we didn't get the Scorpion to show up. We had we got to see Dodo doing some cool stuff with his ability.
Assassinate.
As apparently he's doing like a feather fan blade thing. By the way, is it just me or does the suit look better this time around?
Yeah, it looks a little upgraded. I like the swords though.
Yeah,
at the
that's the coolest
source.
part. Is the dodo has these two little stubby, useless blades, but here they work for him. I like it.
Yep.
We didn't really get any new upgrades this time around. Beyond Fua got the hedgehog key. All in all, it's looking pretty good. We'll just kind of, I guess we'll kind of start wrapping things up then. If there's anything else you want to say about the episodes,
Yeah, they were pretty good. I enjoyed the significance of the thread that is Miyabotsurice.net. And I really enjoy how they showing the dodo himself is also alive because he kind of seems like a fool who's just obeying the orders of the scorpion and bird guy. But yeah, he seems to actually be his own character who gets
when it
killed
comes
but brought back better and different.
time to fight, he comes back better, stronger.
Yeah,
It's like he's a totally different character at that point.
yeah. If there's not an arc where he rebels against the other two, I will be disappointed.
We'll have to wait and see on that. But
Yeah.
that was episodes 9 and 10. Like I said, I think Kamen Rider Zero One is fantastic. I absolutely love it, and I recommend it. Check it out, guys.
Same here.
Let me. Hmm?
Same here. I also recommend it.
It's not quite Gundam, but it scratches a different itch, and I think
Yeah.
it's fine for that. Vince says, I typically don't like streaming services. Prefer physical media, no retroactive altering of the content or the show
Well,
simply
dude,
disappear.
Vince, you didn't hear it from me, but you could always go in through the seas the way of One Piece and live there for a while and searching for treasure.
I hear Barbados is lovely this time of year.
Yes, yes, me too. Very good.
However, if you do want to support good products, which I highly recommend, and I want to see more people do, you can order it from Shout Factory. I try to pull up a. Oh, why does this never work for me? I hate this sometimes. Their website needs work. At the moment, Shout Factory has quite a few series available from Kamen Rider, including Kamen Rider Ryuki, Kamen Rider Kuga, and Zero One. Discotech, meanwhile, is getting Kamen Rider Black, and that won't be with the Shout Factory stuff. So you'll have to actually go pick that one up. Let's see if I can't. Do they not have the other ones on here anymore? That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh well.
While watching this one, I've been watching Kamen Rider Saber, thanks to the ways of the seas.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's of like they've done about 22, 23 series since the year 2000. They do about one a year. So of all the series available, we have maybe 10% of them all. It feels like.
It's like Ultraman.
Oh yeah.
So much.
Yes, I forgot about that, Vince. Yes, they also have the original Kamen Rider. You can check it out all 96 episodes. There is plenty to enjoy. I think you could also watch some of the episodes on YouTube. So a lot of choice available.
Damn.
So you were saying, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. You were saying Saber?
Yeah. That was just a little dump of information before we shout it out.
I think I've only watched the first episode of that, so I got the gist of it. Like the fairy tales is kind of the theme, and he has the magic book. That series was also sort of made during all the COVID lockdown stuff. So that one is going to be that one. I wonder how that's going to affect that one ultimately. Let me know how you're liking that, and how, if you feel like the COVID stuff affected that at all.
Yeah. Will do.
Sorry to hear that. No, try again later. There might be on Amazon a series Kamen Rider Black Sun. If you're in Canada, I think you can check that out on there. That was like an original series made this past year. That's like brand new and on there for 10 episodes. Really brutal, by the way. Holy shit. Like they're like ripping dudes in half. It is awesome.
Yeah. We can keep that for another day, buddy.
Oh yeah. We'll get there. But let's I guess we'll wrap things up here. So tomorrow you and I should be over on Nick Weisers, if I remember right. Yes?
Yeah, typical stuff about the comic book world.
Mm-hmm. There's gonna be a lot of fun.
I'll
We'll be about the only people doing journalism. All right, well, let's get out of here.
Yeah, this is getting a bit awkward. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Right on.